welcome. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing a mostly hands-free, wrist-free Vinyasa class, just because I think it's nice to kind of switch it up a bit and also to give the wrists a little bit of a break, because in a normal Vinyasa we're just always bearing down on those wrists, so it's good to have some options in your arsenal. So let's have a yoga block. I thought I had a yoga block. Where has it gone? Get a yoga block. And then we'll come down onto our backs and just have the block to hand as we come on down. Any position that is comfortable here on your back. Bring one hand to the belly and one hand to the low ribs and close the eyes. Begin to breathe in and out of the nose. Let's begin to observe the breath without trying to alter it yet. Just noticing its unique quality and rhythm. Observe where in the body you're experiencing your breath. Where do you feel a sense of movement? Where can you find a subtle softening? Where can you let go a little bit further? Let's begin to consciously deepen the breath now, drawing the inhale down into the low ribs, feeling them expand. Let's start with an easy inhale of 4 and an exhale for 4. Connecting to a balanced and a fluid cycle of breath in and out of the body. Try to move from the inhale to the exhale without pause, so one seamlessly turns into the other. Notice if the mind starts to worry or wander. Try and keep your attention with that breath. Nice, and then on your next inhale, let's draw that breath all the way down into the belly and fill the torso from the bottom all the way up into the throat. And let's hold that breath at the top. And then open the mouth and let it go. Nice, as you inhale, bring your knees into your belly, give yourself a little cuddle. And just take easy little movements side to side, maybe little circles, just noticing what's going on in that low back today. Nice. And we're going to bring our attention to the hips. So stamp your low back down to the floor so nothing can slide underneath it. And we're going to bring the shins parallel to the floor and the hands down. So a little activation through the front body. As you inhale, move the knees apart into external rotation and bring your heels together. Like you're making a little diamond. That's it, yeah. And then we're going to go the other way around. So as you exhale, bring your knees in and your feet out as we internally rotate the thighs. Yeah, beautiful. And move the feet apart here. So the feet come apart and knees together. That's it. And then just switch directions. Heels together, externally rotating in the hip sockets, and then internally rotating. And for a moment, bring your fingers into those hip sockets and just feel the movement of the femur in the socket. So we're giving a little massage for the fascia in that hip socket and for the joint itself. Nice. And then come to a neutral position, bring your legs together. Take your block and bring it between your thighs. and straighten the legs up to the ceiling. There can always be a little bend. We're going to play with this internal, external rotation. Now make sure you're keeping that low back stamped to the floor. It may want to lift up. And then we're going to internally rotate the thighs so the big toes turn in towards one another and the heels turn out. Yeah, beautiful, just like that. And then we'll move the other way. So heels in, toes out. So externally rotate. So now the heels come in. Yep, that's it, babe. And then do it again. So we're just moving in and out. And I want you to bring your fingertips into the hip socket again and just feel the movement around the hip socket. So even though it looks like the movement is starting with the feet, it's really starting here at the hip socket. Oof. Should start to feel a little heat from this now. Squeeze the block a little more. Nice. And then go ahead, release. Oof. Nice. We're going to go ahead and bring our hands behind the thighs, and we're going to take a little rock up into a seated position. Nice. Bring your feet onto the mat flat, so just give them a little stamp, and you're just going to reach your arms forward here, reaching through the fingertips, and then we're just going to lower on down, come onto the back, and we're going to rock up and see if you can use some momentum to come into a squat, heels into the bum. It might take a few tries here, need a few tries. Almost there, almost there. So close, and you can use your hands if you need to, that's also fine. You can use the hands, that's also okay. And then we're going to come into a forward fold. But that was really close. Sometimes it just takes a bit of practice. Hang heavy over the thighs. Flip your palms up to the ceiling. And maybe take a gentle sway side to side. You could drag your fingertips across the mat. Or you could just stay still here with the palms turned up. Whatever is resonating with your body today. But do make sure those knees are generously bent. Breathe into the belly here. Nice, and then on your next inhale, let's slowly lift up to stand and take your time to get there. Nice. All right, we're gonna bring the legs together. We're gonna do a little different variation today, as I said, focusing on the hips without the wrists. So inhale, lift the arms up high. Exhale, bend the knees for chair pose, Utkatasana. Hug the inner thighs together. Lean forward, coming into Ardha Utkatasana, half chair, and fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, hold here, and we're going to move through some standing cat-cow. So as you inhale, think about drawing your hands up towards your knees as you take a little back bend. And as you exhale, think about sliding your hands down to the feet, rounding the back, chin to chest. And just take a few of these here on your own, moving with your breath. Keeping the knees bent for now so we can just focus on the movement, on the sensation. Nice, and then we'll meet in a neutral position and fold down. Well done. Inhale, lift to stand, palms touch, look up. Exhale, chair pose. We're going to step the right leg back and bring your knee down for a 90-90 lunge. Firm through those right glutes. So let's take actually that left hand to the top of the right glutes and just feel those muscles fire. Reach through the right fingertips and lengthen the right side, growing a little bit taller. Nicely done. Now we're going to step our left knee back into a lunge. So you can do whatever you want with your hands. I'm just going to leave them in the same spot. And we're just going to bring it back. Both knees side by side. Reach both arms high, inhale. Exhale, we're going to come down onto the forearms. Elbows under shoulders for a forearm table. Extend your right leg behind you, push through the heel. As you exhale, lift the leg up using your glutes. Now we're going to do something a little bit tricky for the hip, a little bit new. So we're just going to focus on the movement through the hip socket instead of the pelvis and the hip. So you're going to turn your toes out to the right side to externally rotate, and then you're going to turn your toes down, but without the whole hip moving. So just do that a few times, playing with this very subtle external rotation through that right thigh, turning the toes down to the floor and out to the side. It's very small, and the pelvis is staying still. Yeah, that's looking really good. I know it's hard. And then turn your toes out to the side. Hold here in this external rotation. Bend your right knee, bring your heel to your bum, Give it a little squeeze. Keep your pelvis still. It's really hard because you'll want to lift the hip. Wow, good job. And then slowly bring both legs, or that right knee down, I should say, just the one down. And we're going to come down onto the belly into a Sphinx pose. Now we're going to draw the hands back, lift the chest firm through the glutes, finding this juicy back bend through the upper part of the spine. And exhale, lower. Tuck your toes, come into a forearm plank. So push into your elbows here. Your hands are very light. You could lift them up even if you wanted to. And then exhale, come into dolphin, walking your feet in closer to your face. Gaze towards the feet. You can always bend the knees and just give it a little walk here. So bending one leg at a time and bearing down into the elbows evenly. You might have a preference and only be pushing into one side a little more than the other. Nice, and then we're going to walk it back out, coming into our forearm plank, pushing into the elbows and breathing. Nicely done, and then bring the knees down, come into a child's pose and breathe. It'll probably feel good to come off of your shoulders here. Nice, take a deep inhale in. As you exhale, rise up onto your knees for a kneeling position, firm through the glutes. We're going to bring the right leg forward. See if you can do this really slow. Bring the right hand to the left glute. Sweep the left arm high. Deep inhale. Lengthen through that left side body so you feel a nice juicy tug through the left side of the waist. Nice. Deep inhale in. Exhale. We're going to take that right leg back. Kneeling. Come down to the forearms. Forearm table. Extend your left leg behind, firm through the glutes. And as you exhale, lift the leg, toes point to the floor. Externally rotate the leg, so you're turning the toes out to the side without the hip going with it. It's really tricky. So just do a few of these. So we're really massaging through that hip socket. This is a great way to ensure hip health and longevity when we can isolate pelvic and hip movement. Nice. And then turn the toes out, so we're externally rotating. Bend the knee, bring your heel to your bum. Push into those arms, inhale. Exhale, bring that knee down to the floor, come to the belly. Find your Sphinx pose. Pull the hands back from the glutes. An option to bring your heels to your bum for this one if you want a little bit more intensity, firming through the low belly. Inhale. Exhale, bring the feet down and come into your forearm plank. Firm through the glutes and through the front of the belly. Inhale. Exhale, dolphin pose, walking your feet a little closer to your face. Either hang out here or lift your right leg up and point your toes, lifting the leg with the glutes. Now we're going to move the right leg out to the side, and then we're going to pull it back into the midline. Out to the side for 2. Pull it back in 3. Out for the side. Yeah, that's it. And then pull it back in. Woo. And then switch sides. So now we're lifting the left leg up. Point the toes. You're going to move the leg out to the side. And pull it in. Inhale. Exhale. It moves out to the side. And then draws in. Just one more out to the side. Woo. Draw it in. And come down, take a child's pose. Well done. Breathe into the belly here. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, sigh it out. Let something go. Nice, and then when you're ready, we'll meet in our kneeling position. Firm through the glutes. And I like to tuck my toes. I think it helps me balance. Hands can be on hips or whatever makes sense. Step your left leg forward. Right leg forward and fold all the way down, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up to stand, palms touch, look up. Exhale, hands down. Nice, bring your legs together. Inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, chair pose. Nice, this time we're going to take a different bind. So we're going to interlace the fingers and draw them apart so there's energy and activation between the hands. It's called a Ganesh bind. Take an inhale. Exhale, twist to the left, finding that rotation through the thoracic spine. Pick up your right foot and gently step it back to a revolved 90-90 lunge. Twist a little bit deeper. That's it. Lower those shoulders a little bit so they're softened. Yeah, a lot of stress can be held there. Nice. Inhale, lift up the arms and face forward. As you exhale, we're going to turn towards the right, and then we're going to lean forward as if someone's pulling your arms, and that left shoulder draws forward, the right shoulder draws back. Inhale, turn down, face the floor. Exhale to rotate. Nice. Inhale, turn down, face the floor, reach through the hands. Bring your fingertips to the floor, very, very light, and we're going to lift into standing split. So the right leg is going to lift. You can keep your left knee bent, or you can straighten it up high. Relax your head and keep those right glutes firm. We're going to move into Gomukhasana from here. So tuck your right knee behind your left and very gently sit down onto the bum, crossing the left leg on top of the right for Gomukhasana. That's it. And remember, you can always straighten your bottom leg out if it's just not feeling good, if it's a bit too much. Nice. We got there. All right, left glute is down on the floor, and we're just going to take it around in these little circles around the pelvis. You can close your eyes if you want to. It should feel good. It should feel nice and juicy in those hips. And we'll take it around the other way, breathing steadily into the belly and into those low ribs. Nice. And then find neutral, shoulders over hips. We're going to come into 90-90. Try not to use your hands if possible. So the left foot comes down to the floor. Reach your arms forward, right knee to the mat, 90-90 lunge. See how it goes. Step that left leg back, come into kneeling, inhale. Exhale, hands down, elbows down. This time, interlace your fingers and come into a forearm plank with your fingers interlaced. Push into the elbows from the glutes. Inhale. Exhale, down to the belly. Inhale, lift the chest, Sphinx pose. Firm through the glutes and lift the low belly as you tug your hands back. Inhale. Exhale, forearm plank, tuck the toes, lift up. And then come into dolphin pose. Make sure you're not squeezing your palms together or your fingertips, but your hands are very relaxed as you put all the energy into the arms and the upper body. Inhale, lift your right leg up, point your toes, bend the knee, and take 3 slow circles of that right knee one way, moving with your breath. So we're opening up through that right hip, just giving it a little bit of juice here, a little bit of lubrication. Take it around the other way. Keep pushing into your arms. Make sure your head is still off the floor. Woof, nice. Bring it down and come down to the knees. Take a child's pose. And again, it should feel nice to come off the shoulders. Maybe hands around by the feet. Inhale. Exhale, lift up to our kneeling position. Tucking the toes. And then we're going to step the right leg forward, left forward. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lift to stand, palms touch, look up. Exhale, hands down. Nice, give it a little shake. And we'll do the other side. So inhale, arms high. Exhale, chair. Interlace the fingers. And bring the wonky side on top. So that's side you didn't naturally want to do. Pull the hands apart. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Finding that rotation through the thoracic spine. Shoulders drawing down. Pick up the left leg and step it back to a revolved 90-90 lunge. Firm through the glutes. Inhale, face forward. Sweep your arms high. Exhale, rotate towards the left. And then reach your arms forward so that right shoulder moves forward, left shoulder moves back, right knee staying over that right ankle. To the other way, babe, to the left. That's it, you got it. And then we're going to turn down, face the floor, inhale. Exhale, rotate, turn to the left. Inhale, turn it down. Last one, exhale, rotate using those side body muscles. Turn down, face the floor, fingertips down. Lift your left leg up, point your toes, standing splits. Fingertips very, very light. Bring your left knee behind the right, and as slow as you can, lower into Gomukhasana. So we have that right leg stacked on top of the left. And I'm just going to turn around a bit so I can still see you. And make sure your glutes are down. And we'll take it around in these little circles, little juicy circles, just getting into the hips here, bringing it around, maybe adding some spinal waves as well, can feel really nice. And of course, bring the breath. Take it around the other way and keep breathing steadily. Oof. Nice, and then we'll come to neutral. Again, let's try to get into our 90-90 lunge without the hands. So I was over here, so we're going to bring that right foot down, reach your arms forward to counterweight you, and then we're going to find our 90-90 lunge. Step back to kneeling, and bring your elbows to the mat. Interlace your fingers, bring the opposite thumb on top, that wonky guy. Extend your legs into your forearm plank. Firm the glutes and draw your low ribs together. Inhale. Exhale to the belly. Inhale, Sphinx. Drawing the elbows back, shoulders down. Firm through the glutes. Nice job. Inhale. Exhale, come into your forearm plank. And then lift into dolphin without grasping in the hands, walking the feet forward. Inhale, lift the left leg up, point your toes. Bend the knee, take 3 big and slow circles one way, nice and steady, and the other way. Make sure you're not leaning onto one side, but we're pressing evenly into both of the arms. Woo! And then once you've done 3 both sides, come down, take a child's pose, coming off the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, rise onto the knees. Hands wherever you like. We're going to step the left leg forward, right leg forward, lift high, inhale. Exhale, hands down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, draw the low belly up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lift up to stand, palms touch, look up. And exhale, hands down. All right, we're going to play with our balance and with this internal and external rotation of the leg. So come into your Ganesh bind. So again, we're interlacing the fingers like this, just a little interlock. And then we're going to bring the right leg up into one-legged mountain, pushing into the standing leg, firming through those glutes. Cross your right leg over the left for our standing figure 4. Flex through that right foot, make those toes bright and energetic. Externally rotating now in that right thigh. And then we're just going to do an internal rotation. So we're going to lift up, bringing the knee up. And then we're going to cross the right leg behind the left. And you're just going to internally rotate without letting that right hip drop too much. So internally rotating. And then we're going to come back into our figure 4. You can keep your Ganesh bind, or you can keep the hands on the pelvis. And then inhale, lift up. And exhale, cross the right leg behind the left, internally rotating through that right leg. Nice, one more. Let's come into our figure 4, deep inhale in. As you exhale, we're going to twist to the left side, finding that rotation through the rib cage. Remember, the engagement through the legs is crucial to the balance. Inhale, let's lift all the way up and bring that right knee up and in towards your belly. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to step that right leg back, come into your high lunge, reach your arms forward. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to lean forward and come into extended side angle. So we're going to turn to the right, bringing the back heel down, reach through the arms, take an inhale, face the floor. And as you exhale, we're going to rotate to the right side, left shoulder down, right shoulder up. That's it. Inhale, turn down. Your quads are on. Exhale to rotate. Woo. Nice. Inhale, turn down, face the floor. Bring your hands down. Fingertips very light. Lift your back leg for a warrior 3 variation with the hands down. And your left knee is bent. Your standing knee is bent. Firm through your glutes. And just like we did when we were in our forearm table, we're going to externally rotate through the hip through the thigh, I should say, without lifting the pelvis. And then we're going to turn the toes down. Well, it is the hip. And then you're going to turn the toes to the side and turn them down, finding that rotation in the hip socket. One more time, turn the toes out to the side. Bend your right knee and just squeeze the heel into the bum for a moment. Breathing here. Nice. And then we're going to go ahead and extend that leg back out, toes to the floor. And we're going to come into a half moon. So now we're going to allow the pelvis to move with the hip. Should feel good. So we're going to turn those toes out to the right. And see if you can keep your left knee bent. Right hand can be on the right hip. Or maybe if you're feeling stable, you want to try bringing your left forearm onto your left thigh. You're really going to feel it through the legs. Nice. Let's take a deep inhale in. Woof. It's going to feel really like a lot. And then exhale. Bring your hands down to the floor. Lift up that back leg. Point the toes. Standing splits. And as you exhale, we're going to bring that right foot down. Turn your toes to the right. Oh no, I lost you. I'm just going to keep going. Turn your toes to the right. And we're going to take a wide-legged forward fold. Breathe here for a few breaths. Relax the head, arms to the floor. My little headband fell off. Give it a little movement side to side. Nice. And then we're going to turn the toes to the left. And we're going to lift up, coming into our high lunge, firming through the glutes. Softly step the right leg forward. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to lift the left leg up, coming into the standing figure four. Cross the left leg over the right and sit into your figure four here. Externally rotating through the thumb. Come into your Ganesh bind and bring the funky hand on top. Nice. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, we're going to internally rotate without collapsing in that hip. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, figure four. Inhale, lift. And exhale, rotate. Just one more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rotate. Stay here. And then we're going to twist to the right. Keep that brightness through the left foot as you twist. Finding rotation through the thoracic spine. Keep breathing. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, face forward. Pick up that leg. And then very slowly we're going to set it back to our high lunge. Arms sweep high. Inhale. Exhale, rotate to the left. Coming into our side angle. We're going to lean forward with that right shoulder turning forward. Inhale, turn down, face the floor. Exhale to rotate. Inhale, turn down. One more. Exhale to rotate. Nice. Turn and face the floor as you inhale. Pick up the back leg, coming into your bent knee warrior three with your fingertips light on the floor. Firm through those left glutes. And we're going to take that micro movement through the hip socket. So turn your toes to the left. Externally rotate. Turn the toes down. Inhale. Exhale, rotate out to the side for two. Inhale, turn it down. One more. Exhale to the side. Feel a little shake. Bend the knee. Again, we're trying to keep the pelvis as still as possible. Woo! And then re-extend the leg. Turn the toes down. We're going to come into our half moon. So now we're going to allow the whole hip complex to move as one unit, firming through the outer left hip, pushing through the right foot. Very light on those right fingers. So light, in fact, maybe you could bring your right forearm to your right thigh and breathe. Maybe reach the left arm up. Inhale. Exhale, gently bring your hands down. Standing splits, point your toes. And then we're going to step into our wide-legged fold, turning the toes to the left. Inhale in, lengthen the spine. Exhale to lower. And options here. One option to rest, flipping the palms up. Another could be to reach your fingertips forward like a wide-legged down dog, lengthening through the spine. And maybe you want to go upside down, interlacing the fingers. Bring the elbows to the floor if possible. Crown of the head down. And lift onto the toes. Maybe the heels lift. See how that feels. Putting more weight into the elbows, not grasping the hands. And maybe you find a little hop. A few little hops here. Maybe you find lift off. Woo. Breathe wherever you are. Nice deep breaths. Take a deep inhale in. And exhale, we'll all meet in our wide-legged fold. Nice. Let's bring the hands onto the hips and inhale, lift up. Turn your right toes forward, lift into your crescent arms high. And exhale, hands down. Step forward and take a forward fold down. Nicely done. One moment. All right. Take a few breaths in your forward fold. Maybe find a little movement side to side and breathe into the belly. Nice, and then we're all going to lift up, come to stand, reach your arms high, and exhale, hands down. All right, we got one more sequence to go. Inhale, right leg up, come into your Ganesh bind. Exhale, figure four. Pull the hands apart. Inhale, lift your leg up. And as you exhale, we're gonna cross that right leg behind the left, coming into your internal rotation. Hey Jane, welcome back. Come into your figure four. We're recording the class, so I've just had to keep going. And then we're gonna lift up and we're gonna internally rotate. Nice, one more. Coming into your figure four. Take it into a twist to the left. Keep pulling your hands apart. This will help with the balance. Nice, face forward. And we're gonna do one new thing here. So we're gonna lift that leg up, internally rotate that right leg and cross it all the way to the left side and step it down. And we're gonna take a little twist here. So bring your right fingertips to the floor, very light. Left hand to the sacrum and gently roll your left shoulder up to the ceiling. See how that feels. Take a deep inhale and exhale. We're gonna lift back up, coming into our one-legged Tadasana. Nice, let's get into the ankle for a moment. So we're just going to point and flex through the full range of the joint. Remember that ankle mobility is crucial to hip mobility. Nicely done. You can have your little Ganesh bind. Nice, all right, and then we're gonna flex that foot and we're gonna bring the hands to the hips. Bring your right leg behind you for warrior three. Keep your hands on your hips here, firm through your glutes. Find that subtle external rotation and hold it there. So the hips are square, but you're externally rotating the right thigh. Woof. And then gently turn your toes down. And we're going to bring the hands down to the floor. You can always bend your left knee here. Take a deep inhale in. And as you exhale, we're gonna rotate to the left, coming into revolved moon. And actually, let's do bend this left knee. Let's just give it a little bend, firm through the right glutes. If you're feeling stable, try pointing and flexing your right foot. And then see if maybe you can take your foot round in a circle. Maybe reaching your left arm up, but only after stacking the shoulders. Coming into the revolved half moon. Nice, and then we're gently gonna bring the hands down, bring the right foot down to the floor, and we're gonna come into goddess. So heels in, toes out. Bring your tailbone down and your belly in slightly. Nice, all right. Come into these little cactus arms, take an inhale. Exhale, twist to the right side without that left knee falling in or the left shoulder leading. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. One more time each side. Move with your breath here. Inhale through center. Exhale to twist. Nice. And then we're going to come through center and we're going to meet in our high lunge facing the top of the mat. Take a deep inhale in. And as you exhale, we're going to bring the hands down, coming into our standing splits. Point your toes and firm through the glutes. Take a deep inhale in. And exhale, we're going to come into our Gomukhasana, but see if you can do this without your hands. So maybe bring your hands up off of the floor. Bend your left knee. Squeeze your right heel to your bum, and as slow as you can, lower down. And just see what happens. If you use the hands, that's also fine. We're going to come into a little side stretch. So we've got our left leg on top of the right leg. Bring your left arm to reach towards the right side. So you're just going to reach through the hands. And then we're going to take a side bend towards the left side. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, we're going to bend, reaching through those left fingers. Just one more time, inhale. Exhale to bend. Nice. And then very slowly we're going to come back up and see if you can come into your 90-90 lunge. And then we're going to step forward and come to stand. Nice. Bring the left leg up. We got the other side to go. Let's cross that left leg over the right and find your Ganesh bind, and maybe bringing the opposite hand on top. Let's internally rotate that left leg, drawing it behind the right knee. Inhale, come up. Exhale, sit a little deeper, figure four. Just one more. Inhale, internally rotate. Exhale to lift. See how it goes. Nice hold here. Take a twist to the right. Finding that rotation through the thoracic and keep pulling your hands apart, shoulders soften. Inhale, face forward. Let's bring that left knee up and we're going to cross it behind the standing leg and then bring it out to the right side. Gently lower the hands down, or just the left hand, I should say. Left fingertips to the floor. Right arm either reaching up or resting on the sacrum here as you find that rotation through the thoracic. Nice. Inhale, let's lift up to stand. Come into your one-legged mountain pose. Come into your Ganesh bind and then point and flex. Point and flex. Breathing and finding a lift through that standing leg. Nicely done. Bring your hands onto your hips and then slowly push back into warrior three. Firm through the left glutes. Just look at one point on the floor. Front body engaging. Turn your toes out to the left, externally rotating the left thigh. Breathe deep. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down. And we're going to come into our revolved moon. Bend through that right knee and firm through the left glutes. Bring the right hand to your sacrum and firm those left glutes even more. Exhale to rotate. If you feel ready, try pointing and flexing your left foot to challenge your balance and your proprioception. Maybe reaching your right arm high and maybe circling the foot one way and the other way. Woo-hoo-hoo. Nice. Bring your hands down, standing splits, and maybe play with your balance, lifting your hands up, and see if you can lower without your hands into Gomukhasana. Bringing the right leg on top of the left. All right, settle in, and then we're going to come into our side bend. I'm just going to turn around so you can see me. So we're going to come into our side bend here, bringing that left arm to reach to the right and take it to the side. Or maybe the other side. Isn't it the other side? Hold on. Yeah, right arm reaching to the left and bending. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to bend. Nice. And then slowly let's lift up. We're going to come back into our 90-90. So try to do this without your hands. Right foot down and bring it into your lunge. Whew. Step forward. Inhale, arms high. Exhale to bend. Hang heavy. Give your head a little shake. Side to side. Nice. And then we're going to bend the knees and lower the bum. Reach the arms forward and lower all the way down to the bum. Roll onto your back. Take your time to get there. Bring your knees in. Give yourselves a cuddle. Grab onto your right leg. Extend the left. Push through the left heel. Right arm down. Inhale. Exhale. Rotate onto that left hip. Right shoulder stays grounded. Easy little stretch here. Inhale, lift up. Bring the knees in. Bring your hands to the left leg, extend the right. Bring the left arm down, inhale. Exhale to rotate onto that right hip, left shoulder grounded. Breathe into the belly and try and find softness here. Inhale, let's lift on up. Bring those knees in, give yourselves a squeeze. Exhale, lift your nose up to your knees, lift the shoulders, squeeze tight. And then lower all the way down. Bring your legs long down the mat for Shavasana. Close the eyes and mouth if that's available to you. And direct your breath down into the low ribs and the belly. Take a deep inhale in and let something go. Allow the body to grow heavy and soft. Relax the jaw. Release the muscles of the face. Slowly bring your awareness back to your body and breath. Take a deep inhale and fill the body from the belly all the way up into the chest and the throat, and hold this inhale at the top. Open the mouth and sigh it out. Gently move the head side to side. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Inhale, sweep the arms high, stretch through the fingertips and the arms. Roll onto one side and slowly make your way into a seat. Bring your hands together at heart center. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, bow the head. Take one last moment of stillness here with your breath and body. Inhale, lift the head, open the eyes, and thank you all for your practice. Thank you so much for sharing that practice with me today. If you enjoyed this class, please give the video a little thumbs up, write a comment below, ask me any questions, let me know how you're feeling. And if you want to support the channel, subscribe, turn on notifications so you won't miss the next class that I post next week. See you on the mat soon.